Steve, what did you think of Steph Curry's performance with 46 points in 40 minutes, but also his volume of shooting tonight? He attempted 36 field goals and 22 threes.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. We need to get him to be more aggressive next game. I don't know what else to say about Steph. We've been through this all year, just from one game to the next. It's very difficult to express just how good he is, what an amazing teammate he is, and everything that he brings to the table, the leadership, the example that he sets every day, and then of course the brilliant shot making. So it's a great response to Memphis's fourth quarter run, and it was a fun one to finish out, and now we gotta get back to work pretty soon.
Steve, you've been around it for so long. Do you think, top to bottom, especially now the regular season's over and he won the scoring title, that this is his best season that we've seen to date?
Well, he's never been better. I can say that. He's been great for a long time, though, so it's hard to say he's at his best now because he's been like this for years. I think what's different this year is just the supporting cast is different. We've got a much younger team. He's been asked to do a lot more with this group, and he's gone above and beyond what we've asked of him. So just an incredible season, and I'll just leave it at that. He's never been better than he is right now.
Did the game shift when Brooks fouled out with about 6:32 left, and what changed for you guys after that?
Yeah, I thought that was a big play. Brooks was all over Steph all game, did a really good job just staying physical with him. And that was a big play. But, all these games have swings in them. And, we knew we would respond to their run. And we did a good job of that. We got several stops in a row, kind of, at that 3 or 4 minute mark. And we're able to capitalize offensively with Steph's threes.
Hey, Coach. Corey from the Alabama Sports Podcast. Hope all is well. With the season coming to a coming to an end with the highs and lows, still showing that he still can do it at a high level. From a coaching standpoint, how did you manage all the schedule being condensed, the injuries, and COVID restrictions?
Well, it's really the whole organization has just had to endure this season, just like every organization, and really every group of people out there during this pandemic. The only way you can get through it is to, lean on each other and put the work in every day. So I'm really proud of not only the team, but the whole organization. It's been tough playing most of the year without fans, obviously taking huge financial losses. And it's been great the last few games to see and to feel more and more fans in our building. So hopefully that continues and we can, move through this pandemic over the next few months and get back to a normal regular season next year. But just very proud of not only the team, as I said, but the whole organization.
Steve, you go 40 minutes with Steph today. Was that mostly planned? Was that feel? And is it possible that that's the way you're going to go maybe for the next couple of games at least?
Yeah, it's just it's an option now. In the regular season, it's not an option, as I made clear at midseason, somewhat controversially. But it's an option now because we're in the thick of it, and every game is crucial, and that's about the limit. I would hesitate to play him much more than that. He has so much on his shoulders, and that's not easy playing for 40 minutes the way he plays, especially.
Steve, he's the oldest scoring champion since Jordan was 35 when he did it in 1998. What does that say about Steph's longevity as well? You said he's never been better, but still, he's 33.
Yeah, he's, I was saying earlier, everything that he means to the team and the way he conducts himself. That includes taking care of his body, coming in to get treatment every single day and get into the weight room and get his work in, get on the floor, get his skill work in. He's a machine. I think he's one of those guys who, is in love with the process. He loves what he does, and it reminds me. I'm a big sports fan. We met Roger Federer a few years ago when we were in China. We asked him the secret to his success, and he said, "I just love my routine." And that's what I see with Steph. He loves his life, he loves his family, he loves his routine, he loves the work, and that allows him to not only stay physically fit, but also emotionally well prepared for every season, every game.
Coach, what was the mood like in the locker room after, and what did you think of the younger guys that haven't been through these games like this?
Yeah, it was a great experience for us, and we're going to be feeling more of this, as we go. But really fun locker room. We had Rick Welts in the locker room. We gave him the game ball, which was really fun. Rick has meant so much to this organization. I know we honored him several times during the game, but it was really nice for us to bring him into the locker room, give him the game ball, and thank him for everything he's done for this franchise. You guys know this, but when Rick came in a decade ago, this franchise had a lot of work to do, and Rick has really helped lay an amazing foundation that has allowed the basketball team to flourish and thrive. So it's great to have Rick in the locker room with us.
Hey, Coach, what Jordan took some big shots and some big moments, and he looked like the same Jordan you see all the time. How impressive is that from your perspective for a guy who had been in the game that big?
Really fun to see Jordan and his evolution, just his confidence. He obviously made some big shots. He had to dig in defensively at the other end. And to think where Jordan was a year ago to now, it's a great reminder that work matters. Jordan, from the first day we were allowed back in the gym during the pandemic, nobody has been in here more than Jordan, just working on his game day in, day out. And you see the confidence that he has now. It's a result of all that work and just continuing to grow and learn and put the time in.
Steve, along those lines, Jordan hit the baseline. Oh,
go ahead,
along
Jamie.
Those lines,
Go ahead.
Along those lines, Jordan hits that baseline three to put you guys ahead, and then the next time down, Andrew dunks off of Steph Smith's three. How important was that little sequence right there, momentum-wise?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of important sequences. That was definitely one of them. I thought Jordan had some big shots, and Wiggs again will be the unsung hero, but that was a huge putback dunk that gave us a lot of energy and gave us some momentum. Go ahead, Monty.
You finished the season 6-0. I'm wondering what, from your point of view, what were the crucial elements to finishing the season the way you did?
Well, you guys laughed at me. I kept telling you over the last 6 weeks that we were going to go on a run, so I had to get that in there, Monty. Sorry, but we could feel our team improving and coming together. A couple months back, and we knew that the schedule started to shift and favor us. We had some really difficult stretches, like everybody does every year, but we just felt like if we could, hang in there, that these last 20 games would be a chance for us to make a real push. So I'm happy that I was right. We've gotten on a good run, playing at a high level, and the guys are having a lot of fun. So it's good stuff.
Hey, Coach,
Steve, given the possibility of facing the Lakers, what makes the rivalry with Steph and LeBron so unique, and what are kind of the moments that stick with you with all the history they've had?
Well, you're talking about two of the greatest players of all time. So, both guys are still playing at such an elite level, and of course, four meetings in the finals is going to create a rivalry. But there's obviously tremendous mutual respect between the two of them, and we'll see what happens. We don't know yet, obviously, who we're going to play, but we're excited that we have an opportunity to keep playing.
Hey, Coach, William Hammers of Sports Fan Trap. What's the mindset going in the preparation for this playoff, and how different is it from playoff in the past?
Well, the mindset actually already started. We felt like today was our first playoff game. We treated it as such, and we said, going into this game, we told the guys we got to win. We got to find a way to win 2 of our next 3, and so that's the focus. So we will now lock in on our next opponent and really try to prepare well, and put together a good game plan, and see what happens next.
Draymond was flirting with a triple-double yet again tonight. How much was that version of playoff Draymond that we see emerge at this time of year?
Yeah, Draymond was phenomenal at both ends. The dribble handoff game and the screening for Steph opened up Steph's 3-point game, and then the defense of the other end was just amazing. And I think Draymond has had just a fantastic season. It started slowly for him because of the COVID protocols, and he had some tough breaks go his way health-wise, but over the last 2 months, he's looked like the Draymond we've all known and loved over the years. So phenomenal season for Draymond, and great to see him in playoff mode, because that's when he's at his best.
Steve, you mentioned Steph taking on a different role just because of the supporting cast that he's had this season, and he's kind of done the opposite as well when KD was on this team and Klay was healthy. Does that set him apart from other stars around the league, just being so fluid with whatever this team needs?
Yeah, I mean, that's who Steph is, no matter who's around him, what the circumstances are. He's going to bring his best every day, and he sets an example that everybody else follows. And it's remarkable to see him. His humility combined with his confidence allows him to just be so even-keeled, and nothing seems to bother him. He's just got amazing self-confidence and belief, and yet humility, as I mentioned, and the ability to understand what other people need in order for the team to be as strong as possible. So he's an amazing guy to coach.
Steve, you talked about Jordan Poole and being patient with him throughout his rookie season and how good he's been so far. How patient should you expect to be when you're fighting for titles? How patient should you be with rookies when you are trying to push for a postseason? How patient do you have to be?
Well, I mean, it's that's coaching. Every year's different, and you're always going to have a wide variety of players in terms of their circumstances, where they are in their careers. So when you get a young guy, you've got to do your best to give him confidence, but stay on him, and that's what coaching is about. And so we've tried to do that with Jordan, with the whole staff, and guys have done a really good job just working with him and keeping him on the rise. I think he's had a really good trajectory in the early part of his career, and he's going to keep going up. So it's exciting.
Is that a hard balance to have when you are doing that, though?
Yeah. There's growing pains when you're coaching young guys because they're going to make mistakes, and you got to figure out how much to live with and how much to allow. Joe, last one for me. I got to go here, but Joe Varden, go ahead.
All right. With the 7th seed still being open, do you have an expectation on how tonight's going to go, and how are you going to handle it in terms of which game to watch?
I'll be flipping around. So, it's going to be really interesting. There's a lot of musical chairs going on. It'll be interesting to see how teams handle their own circumstances, if they can dictate, who they play, all that stuff. So I'll have my clicker in one hand and a cold beer in the other.